Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a great evening. It was kind of a transition from seasonal temps to colder with a hell of a wind last night. And this morning we're supposed to have a daytime high around 20 plus or minus, and we've been in the 40s. So winter has returned, but it's not the polar vortex. So we'll get a couple, 3 or 4 days like this and back into the high 30s or low 40s, which is seasonal. The moisture went north of us. It did get into the northwest corner, which is really good for the hard crop. So the eastern slope of the Rockies, the western states, the Panhandle, and western Nebraska got some much-needed moisture. When it gets this cold, it is really important to have some ground cover of snow. Just for you, Drewski. And you can always give me charles.cochran at cnfuturestrading.com. We're still in the holiday market. Volumes are lower than they were yesterday by quite a bit, percentage-wise. So we're going to be looking at the direction of the E-mini once again to control our direction. There's a lot of stuff going on around the world that just really isn't super comfortable. And again, if you're risk averse and you look at the world's economies, etc., and you want to make sure your principal will be returned, U.S. Treasuries are as good as it gets still. You say, come on, how about Switzerland and how about Germany? They're high-quality paper, too. In fact, they have negative interest rates. So given the choice, if you are overseas of a negative interest rate in an economy that really can't absorb all that much paper or all that much money, Switzerland's and Germany's are less attractive for that reason. But Great Britain's, Germany's, and Switzerland's economies look more favorable, and the United States dollar is strong and has been holding those gains. So there's two ways to make money. You get paid a higher coupon rate, and perhaps the dollar will appreciate too, which makes the dollar very, very strong. Okay, looking at the structure right here, it is a holiday market. That means things can be much better volatility-wise than you would normally anticipate, or they'll be much worse. And if you're going to make a bet, you'd bet much worse. So we got volume at this 22 area. Definitely have a P. The market is pointed higher. So we've got this little attractor up in this area. We got low volume at 26. So yesterday resistance was 12 to 16. Today resistance is going to be 24. So 19s to 23 will be first sell band. And if the E-mini sells, we do not want to be short, just like last night. And 27 to 31 will be sell too. On the buy side, 9s to 13s. And we may have to kick that up depending on what goes on with the E-mini. And then 1 to 5. News today, we have Case-Shiller up 0.6%. No one will pay any attention to that. Consumer confidence at 93. That'll be the market's focus. I think the overriding factor is the direction of the ES, which is lower right now. So consumer confidence will be number one. Number two, perhaps number one, is the direction of the E-mini. I paid a lot of attention to football with any of the bowl games. I hope all your teams are winning. I did happen to see Oklahoma got just smacked last night by Clemson of all teams, so I don't know what was expected out of that game either. Clemson can be a pretty good team, or they can totally collapse. You never know what you get with Clemson in our experience with them in the Southeast Conference. Okay, we've got a high of 11. We definitely have a P. You can see right up here that last rotation up there stopped at 15, so we'll make 11, 15, sell 1. I think we can go a little bit higher, 19 to 23, sell 2. The knob spread is expanding. So if we do get short, the better short should be in the 10-year. 29 to 1, buy 1. It may take 5s to get in, and then 21 to 25. But we'll be holiday trading. It'll probably take a lot of patience to get to your desired buy and sell areas. It's the way it is. Most people are not playing, as you can see by the overnight volume, and we have anticipated that too. So it's a good time for studying, getting ready to play starting on January the 5th, in my opinion. Okay, gold came back a little bit overnight. Found its high in London. Well, duh. And we've since come lower. So we're still looking at this support, 75 to 80. It looks like a reasonable place to me. So 80 plus or minus 1 will be buy 1. 75 plus or minus 1 will be buy 2. On the sell side, we've got volume up above, so our 87 to 90, sell 1. And then our 93, 95, sell 2. Again, New York is serious about their vacations as Europe is, so a lot of these guys don't show up, which exacerbates or increases volatility if something were to happen. Good if you're on the right side of the market, not so good if you're not. Stock market weakness was attributed to weakness in the yuan. Chinese leading economic indicator is back to where it was in 2009. The yen came back a bunch overnight. The euro kind of held its own. It was lower. We had a 40 to 50 buy and then a 15 to 25 buy in the lowest 30. So we like the sell yesterday in the 70 to 80 area, and we have a high of 96 in London. So the market open and Globex went straight up. Where did it stop? This high volume number right here. Pay attention to that. These numbers pull the market to it. And so this was your number 2 sell zone. And again, the best opportunities for trade location come in London, on London time. So we'll make 70 to 80, sell 1. Sell 2, 90 to the buck. On the buy side, don't really like the buy side all that much, so we'll make 40 to 50, buy 1. And if we take out 40, my guess is we're going lower. We'll leave our 15 to 25 for buy 2. Crude oil. There isn't a article written about which way the stock market's going without including crude oil in the commentary. And like we've been talking about for several weeks, I think they're going to get stops below 50, then we'll have to reassess. If they don't quite make 50, they stop above it and we get a good bottom. That's a tradable rally that could go as high as 70 if the shorts decide to come out of the market, but definitely back up to 60. So That's where we are. The spill yesterday came from the 54.50 area. We knew we were going to have trouble, so 53.7. Pardon me. Got a cough that won't leave me alone. 54.25 to 50, sell 2. On the buy side, we'll make it 50 to 75. That's where support is. And then 52 to 52 and a quarter. For buy 2. I think a lot of the short side view longs as a short covering opportunity. Now there's another thing that will be in play in the dynamics in the crude oil market. These sharks on Wall Street, these guys that come in and take over your stock in unfriendly takeovers, they can see the price of crude oil where it is. They can really get it heavy on the short side of futures. Doesn't take that much capital. And they really can knock the bottom out of crude and keep it low and force oil companies to succumb and entertain venture capital takeovers or lose substantial portions of their equity. Scott, we'll get to that. Apologize for this coughing, but I've got a cough that, like I said, won't quit. I think we're in a trading range on the E-mini. Best supports in this 70 to 75 area right now, and you can just see it by the volume. And we're at 80, and we know there's stops below 76, so we're going to put our first buy at 75, 77. And our second buy will be in the 70, 72 area. This high volume area. That's probably the safest place to get it done. We're at 80, so 84, 86, sell 1, 88, 90, sell 2. Basically, we're going to be selling 85 to 90 and trying to buy 70 to 75. I don't think the bottom will fall out of the market. They won't pay any attention to Case-Shiller. 0.6, consumer confidence at 93. They will pay attention to. And again, it's just how deep will the selling take us. So the big guys are pushing the market around at will. They know how to play that game. They'll get you thinking everything's going down, and they'll take it back the other way. It's the nature of the beast. It is the game they play, and it's not, you feel victimized. Stand it. When you start out, but once you learn the game, it actually can work to your advantage. Take at least 20 minutes to get everything done. Trying to get on top of this cough. I'll see you as soon as I can.